Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast, repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nikki's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is. Yo, welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys, starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki is in the building.
You gonna dig this? Let's go.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Uh-oh. I'm not got some technical difficulties going on here. Let's see here. Can you hear me? All right, hold on here.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, that's what's up.
All right, good.
Had to reboot. That's all it was.
It's all good.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
All right. So we
Matrix.
live. We doing it.
We in the building.
So, a disappointing season for us this season. And I think the only thing that upsets me about the season is that our season is over with. I'm not used to our season being over with, especially after the last 3 years, our season being over with, so soon. We at least had that one playoff game after that, and a couple of years we had 2 playoff games 1 year. So, and I definitely thought last year's team was good enough, at least to make it past what we did. This year, we all kind of knew at the beginning of the season that this was going to be a very difficult year. I thought we'd win a couple more games than what we did, and we had an opportunity to win a couple more games than what we did. But I didn't feel like we was going to win the division, and I really wasn't expecting us to be, that good of a team this year, especially with all the non-acquisitions that we didn't make this offseason. But nevertheless, the season's over with. There's not even any reason to talk about. I'm not gonna say there's no reason to, but it's gonna be kind of hard for me to talk about that Sunday's game because as good as the defense played, when Marcus Mariota came in there, they looked like a second-rate. The defense that was playing in the first half looked like crap in the second half.
They wasn't prepared. Mariota came in and they act like they had never seen him play quarterback ever. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. We couldn't score touchdowns either in the red zone, but that was a microcosm of our season. We can't score touchdowns in the red zone. So I said, listen, Trey Lance played all right. If you ask me, I may be in the minority, but I was glad to see him out there on the field. He should have used his legs more in the red zone, though, if you ask me. But I don't know. I have no clue. But hey, at least they fought. All I wanted the Cowboys to do when Dak Prescott went out is to keep fighting. Don't lay down. Because we have so many injuries, especially in cornerbacks, position, defense, offense. So I just want them to keep fighting. I'm glad that they kept fighting, to be honest with you. That was the only thing to me that was more encouraging, especially when they were having these games on NBC and on ESPN on Monday nights. They kept fighting. They showed passion, and that was one thing that, hey, there's one good side about our season. It was that. It was the passion that I saw, that they didn't quit. And we're still getting blown out, though.
So I want to read Mark's comment, and I really only want to talk about probably one of the subjects. He says, keep McCarthy, leave 2025 in the players' hands. Add a true wide receiver number 2 in free agency. Number 4, D tackle, and number 5, draft Scatterboo in the 2nd or 3rd round. I'm going to express my opinion, in my opinion only. This is not my opinion. It's not the opinion of the rest of the group. As much as I like Scatterboo, I don't think he's a running back for us. I think we need some running back with a little bit more speed to him. I like the kid. I think he has heart, and I think he's going to be a very complimentary back. But I'll go back to even Rico Dowdy. I think Rico Dowdy is just as serviceable as he would be. We need that speed. Rico Dowdy was a serviceable back. But we don't have that breakaway back. We need a game-changing back. That's where I'm looking at.
You got game changers too in this draft. There's game changers. There's game changers in this draft at running back position. From the 1st to the 4th round, you can actually draft one.
Yeah.
I was going to say that too. 40 ounces.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say 40 ounces already that.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I was going with that. Now don't get me wrong. I like the kid. I mean, I don't want to use the word love, but I really, really like him because I think he was the heart and soul of Arizona State. He truly was. However, I just think that, especially with the O-line that we have, we need somebody to get to that second level quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards a pop is not going to get it, and is with the type of offense that we have. We need somebody with some breakaway speed, and I just don't think he's that.
Yeah, there's a couple running backs in this draft. Marion from actually North Carolina. Then you got Trayvon Henderson. We watched him at Ohio State. 2 games, 2 breakaway touchdowns. That's the speed I'm talking about right there. So you don't have to really draft a running back in the 1st round. It could be the 2nd or 3rd round.
Or look at both of those backs from Notre Dame. And I'm being biased somewhat.
I knew you was coming. It was coming.
But 99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And then number 24 comes behind him. He is that change of pace. He's quick. He could start on a lot of other college teams. So yeah, I'm a little biased because I'm a Notre Dame fan, but at the same time, look at what they're doing.
No, they have a good running game. If there's one thing about Notre Dame, they can run the ball. They can run the ball. They have 2 good backs. That's what I will say. They can run the ball. They have 2 good backs, and the Cowboys can use those. Oh shoot! What up, Wayne? Happy New Year.
Yeah. So on one end, Wayne, I'm going to say, congratulations. you're that team that wears those green jerseys. You won a division, got the number 2 seed in the NFC, but it don't mean crap if you don't do nothing with it. So,
You know what's funny about it? They're the number 2 seed this year. Green Bay's the number 7 seed again this year. So let's see what happens.
yeah.
Let's see. 2 years in a row, Green Bay's the 7th seed. So let's see. Don't lose, Wayne. Don't lose. You better hope Hurts can come back too. And being on, protocol for his concussions. Don't lose, baby boy. All that gloating you've been doing on Facebook for the last damn near 4 weeks. We've been doing a lot of gloating, brother. A lot. But hey, listen. I'm focused on the draft right now myself. We need some speed on this team. We need more speed on offense and on defense. It's the speed. I like speed. I think watching some of the other teams, especially at the running back position that's in the playoffs, they all have a running back with breakaway speed. In the wide receiver position, yes, we have one of the best wide receivers in the game, but we also need to go after a home run hitter too. Batman needs Robin, and Robin needs Batman, and that's what CD needs. O-line, we probably need to draft another tackle, to be honest with you. Because right now, Guyton needs to play right tackle and not left tackle. On the defensive end, we probably going to need a middle linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, and another cornerback, and a free safety. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But we're gonna need to focus on those positions in the offseason. Through the draft or free agency, we're gonna have to do it. Yep, we're gonna have to strengthen up the offensive line and find that plug in the middle too. I mean, we still can't stop the run effectively. Now, I don't know if that's the players or the coaching or what it is, or a combination of both.
All right, he asked, what serious question you got? Is Parson the leader that you guys need? As of right now, no. I think we need another leader.
You think we need a veteran presence to be the leader? That's the thing. I like Parsons. I think he can become a leader. It's just in the infancy stage right now. He has to grow. Sometimes you have to grow into a leadership position. You can't just be born a leader. You have to grow because of your experiences. So I think Parsons, he can grow into being a leader. I think he can. He's just not a leader right now, or he's learning to be a leader. He just has to grow into being a leader. We all know that, it takes some time to be a leader. You can't just go out there and say, hey, I'm going to be a leader. You got to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? You got to cheer on when everybody's down. You got to fire them up, and you have to lead. You have to learn how to lead and be an effective leader. Sometimes it takes practice. Sometimes you need coaching. Who knows? But he needs to be basically mature into being a leader.
He can't do that BS that he did when we lost against the Bengals, when he stormed off the field. When the kid touched the ball on that punt, and he stormed off the field. Before the game was over with because he was upset. He can't do that if he wants to be a leader on this team.
That's why I say he's a work in progress. But you know what? On the other hand, some people say that was passion, and that's what we need. We need somebody to be upset when we lose the games. Especially on Twitter, they were saying, hey, man, I love to see that passion. But I'm like, well, you can have passion, but it doesn't have to be in that way. You know what I'm saying?
So if your kid did that on the sideline.
That's a temper tantrum, then I have to talk to him.
Okay. So why is it okay for him to do it?
Because you know how it is in professional sports. A lot of the fans want to see you have passion. If you show passion, that means you care.
When the Pistons walked off early when they was losing to the Bulls, what did we label them as?
Chumps.
And sore losers, right?
Sore losers, you're a chump. bad sportsmanship. That was bad sportsmanship. You didn't want to shake your hands with Michael Jordan or whatever. You just walked off. Bad sportsmanship. Even LeBron does the same thing too, and I love LeBron. He does the same thing.
And I don't like that about LeBron. You know, my thing of it is if I'm playing sports and you whoop my ass, I'm gonna walk out there and shake your hand and give you the acknowledgement for whooping, beat me. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's the quote quote referee's fault. I don't care if it was somebody. I don't care. At the end, when that whistle blows or that horn blows at the end of the game, and you win, you go over there, you shake the other team's hand, you congratulate them on the W, and you go about your business. You don't walk off and pout like a little child. And that's how I looked at it. Do I have respect for Michael Parsons because of the player that he is? 100%. But at that particular moment in life, I had zero respect for him for walking off that field like that. There you go, Nikki.
Here we go. They starting already.
You're not gonna read your comment to you, Nikki? We can't hear you for some reason.
I said I'm good. I'm straight. I was just letting y'all talk, letting y'all chop it up.
Okay, you're not gonna address your fan
Word.
right here.
What's up with that? You
You
better
ain't gonna
address
address.
that.
Hey Kevin, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm frustrated,
Oh
but I'm
Lord.
good. I'm good. I
God.
am.
Oh Lord, why did I say here we go? Here we go. This is another comment. This Lord. He's a LeBron fan. He's a LeBron fan. I love
So,
LeBron too, but sometimes, hey, when you lose like that, you still got to shake hands and say, "Listen, nice game." And if you're gonna be upset, break something in the locker room. That's all.
I saw a comment up here. I know we were talking. So Mark, you brought a lot of topics up at the same time, and we're going to address the Tyree Hill thing a little bit later on. But Mark says first teams eliminated are the Texans, Steelers, Broncos, Commanders, Lions going to be upset. Bills going to win. Vikings and Chargers. Who is going to upset the? Who's going to upset the Lions?
Lions have a bye.
Lions have a bye,
Yeah.
so they don't play this week. They have a bye.
Yeah.
I thought Chargers and Texans were playing each other,
And the Vikings play the Rams.
and Vikings play Rams.
Says Bills going to win, Vikings, Chargers. So he's saying the Chargers are going to win.
Oh, he's saying
Well,
Chargers will win.
Yeah, the Vikings going
Vikings
to win.
gonna win.
well, I know the Steelers gonna
Bills gonna
lose.
win. Yeah, I don't see the Steelers beating Ravens again. I don't see the Steelers beating Ravens.
I don't.
Um, who is the Commanders playing?
Isaiah.
Uh, let,
LeBron.
me, let me pull up the matchups because
I think,
once we lost, I didn't even care.
yeah. Oh, Commanders is playing Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's the Sunday night game.
Yeah. That game could go either way. Really, to be honest, that game could go either way with them. But if they, I think they playing
Yeah,
it. I think they playing in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So let's just go through them real quick before we, while we're talking about that, then we could go back to our topics. You got Chargers at Houston.
That's gonna be tough. That's a tough game.
it's gonna be tough. But I actually did choose the Chargers. I just
I'm,
feel
I'm
like I just feel like Stroud have I just feel like Stroud has regressed a little. Um, I think he's not having the time in the pocket that he was having. Um, I think reading defenses was a little bit harder for him this season. You've seen it with the different defenses that he actually faced this season. I think reading defenses was a little bit harder for him. Um, Harbaugh Harbaugh has been in this era before, as far as coaching championship teams or playoff teams. I think this D'Amico Ryan's second year coaching a playoff team. Um, but just for me, yeah, for me, I think the Chargers defense has came on a lot better late in the year than what they were in the beginning of the year. So, um, yeah, I'm going with Chargers.
I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers too. I think that their defense is just a little bit better than the Texans. Um, that's all I can really say. It depends on the play calling of the Chargers. As long as
Right.
they keep trying to run the ball, I think they'll be okay.
I think the Chargers may win by a field goal, only because the Texans are missing their two top wide receivers, and that's why Stroud regressed a little bit because the inconsistencies of the other wide receivers for him right now. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers in a late field goal to win the game.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be a tough game, but I think it's gonna come down to who makes the mistakes the most. I
Yeah,
think it's
which
gonna come
quarterback?
down
Which
to which
quarterback is gonna make
quarterback
the
is
most
gonna
mistakes?
make
Yep.
most mistakes and um penalties. I think penalties is gonna be a big issue as well in this game. So it's gonna come down to that. Um,
What? Did
yeah,
what did
I
happen?
don't. No, I don't see the Steelers beating the Ravens at all.
How?
Not even close. Not even by landslide.
Not
Um,
even
Steelers are
close.
not even putting up points anymore the way that they was beginning of the season and when Russell Wilson first came back. If you want to be fair, I could say Russell Wilson have regressed down in stretch as well. Um, his O line is not playing as well as it was playing. Um, Pickett is on a rampage. He's not
Yeah,
game focused. Um, they can't run the ball like they was running the ball when he first came back. They're relying on him to get the ball down the field, and he's missing some real bad throws. So I don't know if it's because he constantly on TV talking about he wants Sierra to have another baby. I don't know what it is. Um, but Russell Wilson have regressed for me going down this stretch. But I don't see them being able to do anything with Lamar and Derrick Henry, especially in Baltimore.
That's gonna be a blowout. Lamar's playing out of this world right now. Henry's running fantastically, and I just think right now there's a lot of synergy going on with the Ravens. After that bye, and Lamar just got focused when he said, "Listen, I should have ran the ball a little bit more." When they lost that game, I can't remember. It was against Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact, when they lost that game against Pittsburgh, they went into the bye, right? And then after that bye, he's been playing lights out. So I'm definitely going with the Ravens. Definitely. I don't know if Flowers is going to play. That's the only thing. He
Right,
hurt his knee, so that's the
right,
only thing. But Lamar's been playing
right.
lights out though.
But
Him and
he got that
Henry,
big tight end though, so
yeah.
he'll be fine. He
Mark
got and I
Andrews
mean,
too.
yeah, he got that big tight end and he got Mark Andrews and I think their game if they what screwed the Ravens last year was they stopped running the ball
Mm-hmm.
in the second half. If they continued and they didn't even have Derrick Henry last season when they stopped running the ball. So if they continue to run the ball this week, they run the ball consistently and stick with it. And Lamar just have to pass bare minimum down the field. I think the Ravens is. I don't even really see this being a close game.
And the Ravens defense been playing better. as well. They've been worse in the passer. They've been playing better in man coverage on the deep outs. I'm
Right.
telling you, I have a feeling that this won't be close at all. I think this is going to be a blowout. I know it's hard for basically, to play another team again in division in the playoffs, but I'm just saying the Ravens. This might be a blowout. This might be a 20 point blowout
Right.
because I watched that Pittsburgh game. I watched that Pittsburgh game against the Bengals, and I'm saying to myself, is this the same team that's going to play the Ravens on the road? There's no way. There's no way. Ravens right now
Well,
playing on all cylinders. I don't know about that.
I'm going to respectfully say that up until this season, it didn't matter what the record were. The Steelers had the Ravens numbers, and um, no, even this season because they beat them the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be hard to win two games against, it's going to be hard to beat a division rival uh, twice, in the same season. I think it's going to be a hard fought game. I don't think it's going to be as easy as this last game was for the Ravens. Um, and then you got to think about it too. As great as Lamar has been in regular seasons,
Right.
he hasn't been that
Good in
great of a
playoffs.
quarterback in the playoffs.
Hmm.
So I think that, and I think the key is going to be the Steelers' defense. Uh, the Steelers should have rested T.J. Watt last game to even have the slightest chance of anything. He said, "But you're right, K Boogie."
But don't forget, they lost 4 in a row. The Steelers have lost 4
Yeah,
games in a row. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I,
I don't know if they can just say, okay, let's turn it up a notch now. It's the playoffs
yeah.
now. I don't know.
It's a desperate. They're going to be playing. It's a desperate team. They're going to be a desperate team right now. So I think that this weekend is probably going to be some of the best football of the playoffs until we get to the divisional round. I think. No, I'm sorry, championship weekend. The divisional round is usually not as exciting as the divisional rounds. Wild card weekend is. Um, if you really go back and look at it, but we're going to see. I'm not going to say that the Steelers are going to win. I just think it's going to be a close game. All right. That's Sunday. You got Denver at Buffalo.
That's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be
That's
a
gonna be
good
a good
game.
game. It's a good matchup. That's a good
Yeah,
matchup.
it's gonna be a good game. But now honestly, I still see the Bills pulling it out.
Whoever can run the ball and control the clock is gonna win that game. That's gonna be the difference. You're gonna have to run the ball and control the clock because we don't know what the weather's gonna be like in Buffalo this weekend. So running the ball is gonna be key, and controlling the clock is gonna be really key for winning this game. So I'm gonna take the Bills by 5 points.
Yeah, I got the Bills winning it, pulling it out.
I got the Bills winning too, and I definitely think it's going to be by one score. So I don't think it's going to be the blowout that it. All right, so then we go with the NFC after that, and it's kind of strange that they did that like that. They had all the AFC games first.
Right, because normally they
And
do
then,
one and the other.
Yep.
yeah. So you got Green Bay at Philadelphia.
Number 2 against number 7. Here we go.
Well, they they playing in Philly, right?
Yep.
And Packers lost their wide receiver,
Yeah,
Chris
they lost their
uh
deep threat.
Chris Christian. So
Watson.
and Jordan Love hand is not 100% either.
I know.
Um, so I don't know. To be honest, it's just gonna come down to what Green Bay defense can do for stopping Saquon and you know what they can come down for doing. But in all found honesty, I do think Philly have more weapons, and I do think Philly is more prepared, and they're playing in Philly, so I'm guessing I'm gonna have to say I think Philly survived this game.
It might be a little closer because we don't know if Hurts is going to actually get out of concussion protocol. So that's right there is the key. He's the
Oh,
key. Hurts is the key to that game. If he's not playing because of the concussions, that's going to be a closer game. Even though basically, Green Bay may put like 8 in a box, to be honest with you, to stop Saquon, which would be crazy, but they might have to.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hurts is gonna play.
but if they put 8 in the box to stop Saquon, then you're not gonna do nothing but leave all your other receivers downfield open.
But do you trust Kenny Pickett? If Kenny Pickett was, let's say that Hurts is not playing, but do you trust Kenny Pickett though in the pocket?
Mm.
There is no way that Hurts is not
Yeah,
playing.
but I see her.
I'm being devil's advocate. Y'all
I
say,
can't. I
yeah,
can't even
he
use the
gonna
word
play.
if. I can't use the word
Yeah,
if.
I don't see Hurts not playing in this game. This this what he made his
Man,
big money for.
listen, I
Yeah.
love Hurts because he's a Bama boy, but I'm just saying, I was trying to be devil's advocate, but I guess it wasn't working. Oh well. Oh well, I guess it wasn't working.
Well, anyway, I got Philly winning. I got Philly winning that game.
Yeah, I have them winning that one.
Yeah, by luck of Saquon Barkley, I guess we all have Philly. Unfortunately.
All right, then you got Washington at Tampa Bay.
See, that's the thing. The Bucks beat them in the beginning of the year, but Daniels wasn't playing like he's playing now. All right. So,
Well,
but
hell, Daniel didn't play good against us.
no, he didn't. He had something wrong with his knee, so they said. But I don't know. It's gonna be a close game because Baker Mayfield, he's been playing good though. He's been playing, So I don't know. That's gonna be a really close game. It's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna come down to the last possession in the fourth quarter. Possibly whoever has the ball with the last possession is gonna win that game. I have a feeling it's gonna be a close game. It's not gonna be any blowouts because they both. This is a team that's both evenly matched against one another. So this is gonna be like a field goal game. To be honest with you, if you look at it, because the Bucks really don't play that well at home like they should. They play better on the road, actually. And so that's why I'm gonna pick them by a field goal over the Commanders.
Well, I don't know what happened when they played us because they was making some dumb mistakes. Um,
I don't know what that was. Maybe they were looking ahead. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe the Cowboys just played inspired against them and they wasn't ready for it. Who knows? That's why I'm saying I'm picking the Bucks by 3.
I think it's gonna be a close game. We got a Commanders fan right here said that Washington's gonna win.
Oh, I call them the Commanders. I mean the Commodores with Lionel Richie.
All right, and then I don't know. I guess this is the primetime game.
Monday night.
Monday night, Minnesota at the Rams.
Mm.
I don't
You
know
know,
the way I seen Sam Darnold them play. Well, Sam Darnold played yesterday. I'm almost supposed to say that the Rams gonna win. Um, it's like the old Sam Darnold showed up yesterday.
He messed up my parlay. He messed up my parlay big time, boy. I had a nice one, and they didn't even score a touchdown.
I think that Detroit just play inspired ball at home. Um, I feel like that they just was not going to allow somebody to come in their house and win that game, and that's why it's important to get home field advantage. And people, I don't think a lot of people understand that, especially us. we've in the last 2 out of 3 years, we've allowed somebody a lower seed to come in our house and beat us. You work hard to get home field advantage, and you don't let it go. And I think that, Detroit this past Sunday was determined not to let that home field advantage go. As far as Minnesota is concerned, and the Rams, you got to give McVay a lot of credit. He's a hell of a coach, and he's took a team that was in salary cap hell a couple of years ago and still have made them a competitive team in the NFC.
Good
so
GM too.
Yeah,
They got a good GM too.
So-
they got a good GM too.
So I'm not putting anything. I'm not going to give this win to the Vikings just yet. I would like to see the line on that. Let me see what the line on that is. Usually,
All these games are good.
Yeah, that's what Jeff is here for. Jeff would already have the lines ready for us.
Just the betting man.
Yeah.
This gonna be good because the Rams can score, the Vikings can score, but the Vikings defense is a little bit better than the Rams defense. But the Rams are playing at home. There's no weather conditions. It's in a dome. Looking at all the games, this one might be the best game of the weekend. I mean, of the whole wild card weekend. This one might be the best one.
So they got Minnesota being a 1.5 point favorite.
They got who?
Minnesota being 1.5 point
The
favorite.
Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they did win 14 games, right?
Yeah, they did.
You won 14 games, so that's the reason why.
So think about it. Somebody's gonna get upset this weekend. Who's gonna get upset?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We know it's gonna be some type of upset this weekend.
Philly.
You think it's gonna be Philly?
Listen, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Don't forget, we were number 2 seed last year. Green Bay was number 7 seed, and they came in and just lambasted us, right? So anything is possible. Just like when you're picking games in NCAA tournament, you know how they have the 2 seeds, 7 seed, and whatever else. The 3 against the what was it? The 3 against the 8 or whatever. And the 8 usually loses, so somebody's going to lose. Maybe Philly might be the one that's going to lose this weekend. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. I don't know. The Bills could lose. The Bills. That'd be a great. That'd be one of the lowest points right there. If the Bills lose to the Broncos at home. Between them and if the Eagles lose.
Jeff came on and said, we ain't losing.
Jeff, you driving? You driving, Jeff? Where you at, Jazzy Jeff? You driving?
Mark said the Rams are 5-3 at home. He said the Vikings are 6-2 on the road. So this is going to be a pretty even game. But there is going to be one upset. So
Yeah, it's gonna be It's gonna be an upset somewhere.
It's going to be
right.
one.
All right, so we got that out the way. So let's it's just 2 topics I definitely want to talk about. Mike McCarthy. And the comments,
baby.
and then Jerry, so you know what? I got to go ahead and say it. Y'all saw my cover photo on my Facebook page. It said fire Jerry. Jerry is so damn fickle. So you're gonna get on the radio. I mean, you're gonna get on an interview and say, hell, if they want to leave and talk to people, let them go, and this and that and other. But then you turn around and deny him from talking to somebody, for another team from talking to him.
Because it's power. It's because he it's power. It's because he knew he had the power to do it. That's why. It's
You better
because he
not
knew
spin the block.
he knew it's because he knew he had the power to do it. So basically, I'm gonna show you who's still running ship. Your contract don't expire until the 14th. You're still under my control until the 14th. So unless we don't strike a deal before the 14th or by the 14th, I still control you. It's all about control and power. He did it to be petty, just to show Mike McCarthy who still hold the cards. He probably, I don't know, Jerry crazy. You don't never know what's going through Jerry's mind. And especially if he's drinking that bourbon, you don't know what's going on in his mind. But Jerry, Jerry probably sitting back saying, "I'm gonna show y'all who got power and who don't. How dare y'all think y'all? How dare you? Or whatever. But from my understanding, they had made a mutual agreement that they were gonna part ways. You know, um, that they made a mutual agreement to part ways. That's why the Bears was even um putting him out there on the list to interview him because if they for once knew or thought that Jerry had plans on keeping him, they would never put him on their list to interview. It's all about power. Jerry saying that I still have to pay you. I'm not gonna pay you to go talk to another team. Now when I finish paying you on the 14th, you can go talk to who you want to talk to. But you ain't gonna talk to him on my dime.
I think Mike is gone too.
I mean he wouldn't Mike why would he sell his house and plan to still stay here?
Right.
Why would he sell his house? He didn't say I'm renting my house and getting another house. Or I'm selling my house and I'm getting another house. I'm selling my house in Dallas. And you did that before the season was even up. I think he wants out. I think Mike Zimmer wants out because he's getting married to this young girl. And
Whew.
he's not finna be stressed out with Jerry and this young girl.
So I hate that we didn't do that show last week, but Zimmer stuck his foot in his mouth when he said that he came in there and was just doing things. He was coming in there essentially saying, "I came in just to fit in." He didn't come in to make a difference. He wished that he would have made a difference earlier than later, or sooner than later. Why would he say some shit like that? Because to me, that's only confirming what everybody else is saying. That our organization is too damn laid back. That we are too,
Country
it's
club.
yeah, it's all about the brand, not about winning. And it amazes me, how these players. Well, let me take that back. It doesn't amaze me how the players played the last, 5 or 6 games of the season, uh, because a lot of them are playing for contracts next year.
Mm-hmm.
But they had no sense of urgency at the beginning of the year. So thoughts of Al Harris being promoted to assistant head coach. I think he's deserving of it. He's on his way to a future head coach. Well, he's already the
Yeah, he was a man. That
he was already that last year.
yeah,
I
that
think there
happened
was
in
a report that
that
came
happened
out.
in that happened in April. So I don't even know why that report was just floating around as it was new because that
You,
happened in April. That happened
you know
before the,
why? I
the
think
draft.
because it was so underneath the rug that nobody knew. It was so quietly done that a lot of people didn't know. That's probably
I
what
was saying,
happened.
but we knew exactly we knew
Yeah,
when it happened.
it happened in April.
Yeah, Yeah, it definitely happened early, so we knew.
But you know what though? That's contract, CD's contract. That was the news. So everybody probably just like swept it under the rug because at that particular time, everybody's like, "Hey, what are we going to do with Dak Prescott? We just got blown out against Green Bay. What are we going to do with CD?" So that was probably more that made the news more than Al Harris being promoted to assistant head coach. That's probably why a lot of people forgot. That's all. That was it. That was it. To be honest with you, I think Big Mike is gone. I think we need to change. I think we need to have an innovative head coach. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's a disciplinarian. Because look at all
Well,
the penalties. Look at all the penalties, though. Look at all the penalties that we have. It cost us game, field positions. I think we just need a younger and energetic coach in the locker room with today's players. That's another thing I think we need, the head coach. Somebody's just going to come in, you know what I'm saying, talk to the players, understand what's going on, but be a disciplinarian on the same side. And I think that's what we're missing. Because all those penalties that we have, there's too many penalties. To lead the league or be in the top 3 like 4 years in a row,
that's a
the
lot.
lack of discipline is killing us right now. You can't win that
Look,
way. There's no
can't
way.
win. Can't win with it. Jerry, Jerry did say that the coach that comes in, or if whatever coach he wants to do it on an incentive basis.
Nobody doing that, though.
He said he want to do it on a incentive basis. That they would have to win X amount of games to get this amount, then the next X amount of games to get this amount, then go to the playoffs for this amount and win in more than one game in a playoffs to get this amount. What the hell are you doing? Like what? Like you just get on the radio and just say anything. Like
Just
you just talk. Like you just say anything. And he also did say that if Mike McCarthy did stay that he wants a new OC. He wants another offensive coordinator.
Mm.
So we need another OC. We need another line coach. We need another running backs coach. We need another wide receivers coach.
We
Um,
need DC too. We need
we need another
everything.
defensive coordinator. We need a GM. We need a game clock manager.
Oh my god. We might as well blow the whole thing up and start all over, huh?
We need we
I,
need
I I think
we
even
need a
our
set of we need a set of refs.
our special team guy, he made one dumbass decision. I
I
can't
like
remember what
Bones.
game.
Yeah,
He does it
I'm
all
gonna
the
say he
time
made,
though.
I like
but
Bones.
I
He
like
did it
him too.
twice. He did it twice when he
Yeah.
did that darn punt, that fake punt return. But overall, I like Bones. Overall, I think he's brought a lot to the special team side. I don't know what happened there. He didn't coach old boy and tell him don't touch the ball.
Well, he just got that kid
No,
just got he had just got promoted, pulled called up that weekend, didn't he?
Nah, he was on IR. He was on IR. Then he played that game. But he should know though. You a
But he
veteran.
got
He's a
called up.
veteran though.
Yeah, he got
He's a
called up
veteran
though.
though. He played before. He's the one that basically intercepted the pass from Daniel Jones in the Giant Stadium to close the game. But he's a veteran. He should know the rules. I said, here we go with this Leon Lett crap. I said, oh Lord. But I don't know if that's coaching or just players.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can't blame everything on the coach though. Sometimes the players have to understand the rules of the game as well when you get on that field and just understand, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. And don't panic. A lot of times people may panic. And that's probably what happened to him. He tried to pick it up, make a play, and that's what happened.
Well, you missed it, Jeff. We kind of gave y'all a little credit for winning the division, and
Now you gave him credit.
Boogie already said he's talking about we're gonna lose
I
this weekend.
told
I
you.
saw that.
I said it might be an upset. I said if there was an upset, it might be
Mhm.
Philly.
No,
Might be Philly.
nope, not this
You know what I
weekend.
said? Listen, everybody thought we was gonna beat up on Green Bay last year too.
Washington. Washington will upset Tampa. I don't even know who's favored in that game.
I know we
I,
said we
I,
said you the line man.
I haven't
yeah,
looked at
you,
it yet. I've been busy and all sorts. But I'm gonna look at it now.
I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams over Vikings. That's gonna be my
It
upset.
could be the Bills, though. I'm telling you, Bills and the
Could be
Broncos. The Broncos have a really good
Broncos.
defense, and they're gonna spy Josh.
Broncos could be the big upset of the weekend. I think.
They're gonna
I
have a
really
spy
do.
on Josh Allen. So,
It's less about what Josh Allen can do and more about what that Denver defense can do. They're disgustingly good. Why won't this plug in?
Wayne, you know why? Wayne been gloating too much, man. Wayne's been gloating too much. You don't understand. He be taking pot shots. Wayne will give you a left jab and then run away, come back with a right hook, run away, come back with a jab to the gut. He's good for that. Yo, I see it. I'm like, oh my God. So that's why I said, listen, we don't know. Green Bay in the playoffs is a different breed. We don't know. Green Bay has a very good defense as well, even though they just lost to the
lost
Bears.
Jair. They just lost what Alexander, right?
Yeah, he had knee surgery. He's out.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, that was a big part of their defense.
But he didn't play in like 6 weeks, though, and they won't win it.
Who did they play?
It don't matter who they play. It's how they play, because they did the same thing last year. They got hot. They got hot in the last 6 games.
I'll give you half agreement with that.
They got hot. Look what they did to us. They should have beat the 49ers. You never know. You never know. You never know. You never know.
I don't know, man.
Josh Jacobs, hey, it's the Alabama reunion too. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. You see Hurts over there. You see Brown over there. You know, they waving like, all right, Bama on Bama, let's go. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, but we're gonna.
Plus, it's gonna be bad weather in the Northeast this weekend too. So it's gonna be whoever can run the ball probably more effectively than anything. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow.
No, I'm
Snow,
saying
ice, and rain.
whoever can run the ball more effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who that is.
Hey, but don't forget you guys did play Green Bay the first game of the year.
Yeah, in a neutral site.
It don't matter.
On a soccer field.
It don't matter. Listen.
And we still beat them. And the team was not very good then. So we're favored by 4.5 now. It looks like.
I'm gonna be all in, tuning in. I'm gonna be all in. Not like
there's
Jerry's
only one game on at a
all
time,
in.
so everybody's gonna be tuned in.
I'm gonna be all in.
I'm
That's
sad,
on
man.
Sunday at 4:30.
Yep, I'm sad. I found out that I have to go to a training class the day after the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna drive. I'll be up near Sean's area.
But just stay in a hotel.
I'll be staying in a hotel, but I
okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna have to drive early just so I can watch the game. Because definitely want to be driving during the game.
What you think the Eagles gonna be there? What you think the Eagles gonna be there?
I don't know. It's too early to tell. All we got to do is go 4-0, bro. That's all we got to do. But if we're there, I'm definitely not driving during the game. I'll be planted somewhere. If it wasn't 6 hours away, I'd drive, first thing in the morning, but I ain't doing that either.
Lord have mercy. It's going to be in New Orleans, too.
Yeah. Should be a good game. I think it's going to end up, if Buffalo pulls it out, I think it could end up being us and Buffalo.
You think you could beat the Lions?
Yeah.
On the road?
Yeah.
With that crowd, that atmosphere?
We have the link, bro. I've been to Ford Field. That's, yeah.
Yeah, but the Lions got home field advantage. You got to go play in Detroit. Anything's
Hey,
possible, baby.
anything is possible, but I'm telling you, like Detroit, as good as they've been good offensively, right? They've been good offensively. They haven't been very good defensively, but their offense has, shown out, which has allowed their defense to kind of hide behind the glory, if you will.
You know why though? They had like 8 starters on there going
Yeah, they got
IR.
13 dudes on IR. I mean, it's insanity, right? But I just don't think that with the way our defense has been, that it'll be as prolific as they think not as they think they are, but how they've kind of been throughout the year. There aren't too many defenses that are going to give them trouble like ours. Our offense, it could absolutely torch theirs. I know they got Anzalone back, and he looked good against the run, but man, their secondary is suspect.
So you're gonna have to take care of little brother this weekend though.
Yep,
You gotta take care of little brother first.
one game at a time.
That's right. One game at a time.
I got all
We
my
gonna
family because most of my in-laws are from the Detroit area, so everybody's starting to send me stuff, talking smack. I'm like, come on, here we go.
listen. Don't you talk smack on Facebook all the time? Don't you talk smack?
Actually, I've cooled off.
Lord.
I've been too busy, man. I'm cooling off. Plus, I'm always in Facebook jail.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah, like Wayne said, man, knock on wood, hopefully fully healthy and rested. Yeah. I think as much as we all wanted to see that record be broken last week, it was probably a good idea to let him go and let him sit. So the boys will be back. Jordan Davis got a lot of work. Tanner got a lot of work. Jahan Dotson got a lot of work. Some of the backup O-line got some work. I'm good with that.
No, Green Bay's not going to be a cakewalk, though.
No, they weren't the first time we played them either.
It's not going to be a cakewalk, so good luck.
This wasn't the matchup I wanted, though. I wanted Washington to come back.
Again?
They've been thumping their chest about their Super Bowl they won in week 17 or whatever it was, 16. It was a good idea to let him rest, Rem, for sure. I mean, our bye week was in week 5.
But you know what, though? It's 50-50, to be honest with you, because of the injuries and whatever. But, yeah, hey, records like that, you may not break those all the time. You may not have the opportunity to break a record like that.
I know. That's why I was so pissed about it. I mean, looking back across the year, right, there were times like in I forget what game. It might have been the first Dallas game or whatever when they took him out. And he's like, let the young bulls eat. Let them eat. Let them go. Like, bro, you could have stayed.
Played the broke the record. That could have helped him break the record there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a couple times where he came out or, they just didn't give him the ball or whatever. They could have easily had the record. But
I forgot Miss Miller is a Commanders fan, so that's why she's talking. Yes, she is. She's talking about she tapped that ass.
Yeah, they got one against 2s and 3s. Perfect. Congratulations.
Yeah, she talking. Hey, who knows? Y'all might play each other again. Who knows in the playoffs?
Hey,
you never know.
Let's go. You know where we play?
No. That's why he called Smokey Batman. He want all the smoke.
Right back at home in Philly. Come right back home. Come right back home to Philly. Let's go.
Oh, see, Jared, this is what I mean. Jared Jones, he better be watching every Cowboy podcast so he can understand that we need to come back stronger next year. Because, man, I can't do it. I got to listen to this. Imagine if the Eagles go back to the Super Bowl. Lord, have mercy.
When does Sam Howell play this year?
You talking about last year.
Last year? Why are we talking about last year? What's last year got to do with right now? Nothing.
We got some Eagle Commander smack going on. I gotta enjoy the show. Where's my beverage? Hold on.
Where's my beverage?
Where's my beverage?
I came underprepared for this.
See what I mean? Jerry Jones, you better go out here and get us a coach, get us some players. I'm tired. Look at that. We can't even enjoy the smack talk. We can't even participate right now. If we wanted to, we can't even do it.
Y'all beating our 2s and 3s with our 2s and 3s. Yeah. And your 1s beat our 2s and 3s, but your 1s couldn't beat our 1s. So pump the brakes.
Woo.
Ain't done nothing for 31 years. Want to thump their chest on 2 wins. Ha!
I like this smack talk. What a way to close out the year for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Huh?
We don't let it go.
Yeah, right.
So Sean, we're gonna have to talk. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm headed up your way in February, bro. Right up to the Super Bowl. So
You on mute, Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm about 45 minutes from there, so
bet we're definitely gonna link up then.
Most definitely.
I'll be there Monday through Friday. So some night, actually, I'll probably be there Sunday through Friday. So sometime during there, we'll link up.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we'll even watch the Super Bowl together.
On the 9th? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, let me
That's
know.
my
I'll show up.
Take
me somewhere around the way. I'll wear my gear and show up.
Okay.
You ain't wearing that Magic City. You ain't gonna be wearing that Magic City. You ain't wearing that.
I do not have any worries.
She good. She going in.
Yeah, we got one.
She going in.
You got 3.
She going
that
in.
was nearly a half century ago. Yeah, it took us a while to get one. That's fine. You got 3, but this is not a historical league. This is a what have you done for me lately league.
Well, I'm not going to mention nothing about years.
We can't mention Nathan right now. Jerry?
I think that we had one of the best win percentages in the NFL for us, regular season for us not to win a Super Bowl.
You do.
And that's ridiculous.
So what do you blame that on? Coaching or the players or the owner?
Yes.
I believe it on all 3 of them. And when it comes to the players, I think sometimes the nostalgia of being a Cowboys fan, of being a Cowboy in the playoffs, especially if you are the favorite, I think it gets to them. Especially when we have good teams, especially years when we have good defenses. I think the only year that I can really say that we got really hammered recently in the playoffs was San Francisco. I think San Francisco scared the crap out of us. I think we were just scared of them. Yeah.
You think so?
They were I think that they were a more physical team and they scared the crap out of us.
But we only lost by a touchdown. 6 points both times though. We only lost by 6 points. I don't know if it's that. I just think we were inconsistent.
Which team came out? Which team had the number 1 offenses both of those years?
Cowboys did. 2021 and 2022.
So why can we only score 17 and was it 17 and what was the other total we had? We didn't get in the 20s.
The first year we played them in 2021, we had 14 penalties. We had 14 penalties, and those 14 penalties actually took away a lot of yardage, and then put us in bad positions. The second, and then the year after that, that's when we only had basically CeeDee Lamb because Pollard got hurt. You remember that when Pollard got hurt, broke his leg, and Pollard got hurt, so we couldn't be explosive because that was.
But that's the famous didn't spike the ball game. We were going
Yeah,
down
that was the
scoring,
first
right?
one. Yeah, that was the first one. The second one was when we was on the show and we was debating about actually did that make the right read? Should he go to CD Lamb or he was going to hit? I can't remember the wide receiver that was wide open down the seam, and we had a debate about that. And we was going back and forth, back and forth. What's that wide receiver's name who played for the Colts and we signed him? And we were talking about that because I can't remember his name.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton. And T.Y. Hilton was wide open, but Dak Prescott didn't look at him, or he looked at him late because he was looking at CD running actually the 9 route on the side. And we was like, well, he should have went here, but he couldn't do it because the 49ers was blitzing. So I just think it was situational football the second time around why we lost to the 49ers. I don't think it was nervous. Now, the regular season in 2023, when we got lambasted against them, I think they were nervous. I think they got scared. That's when LVE went out with an injury. Because we got beat up on Sunday Night Football. And that was the thing with the 49ers, if you ask me. That was the thing. The first 2 years were just situational football and a lack of focus and a lack of discipline. That's why we lost those 2 games, if you ask me. And then Dak Prescott throwing the interceptions, and we had debate about that as well. I love that. I do. I really do. I loved him and Romo, but their careers are starting to mirror one another, unfortunately. That's another thing I've been noticing, and I love Dak Prescott. I'm telling you, I fought for Romo. I'm fighting for Dak, but their actual careers are starting to mirror one another now. And that's eerily similar. That's eerily, like, scary in a way. Because they both had great teams that could have went on and won the Super Bowl.
So my question is, not even a question, it's more of a statement. So where is this offensive scheme when Dak was the quarterback? I think that this running north and south versus this going east and west stuff. Because think about it, even with even when we have man, I just had a brain fart. Turpin, he's in the backfield. He's running north and south. He's not going east and west on these sweeps and stuff. Once we started running north and south, we had a decent run game. You know, we wasn't doing those jet sweeps and running the wide receiver screen with the wrong blockers out there. I think we simplified the offense when Cooper Rush came in, and we were more successful.
That was a good observation.
And that was just my opinion.
No, that's a good observation. You know, that's every time when Cooper Rush would come in, they would scale down the offense a little bit more because his arm strength was basically weaker, a lot weaker than Dak Prescott. So that's why he was getting out the ball really quickly. So a lot of fans were saying, so how come we can't institute the same offense when Dak Prescott is in? So your point is valid. Your point is very valid. So wait a minute. How come Cooper Rush can do this and Dak Prescott can't? How come we running the ball better? But some of that, they scaled down the offense, and it could have been a competition we was playing against as well. Because the first half of the season, we had a really tough schedule compared to the second half. So there was a lot of emphasis going on basically with the play calling as well as the competition we were playing. I think.
Well, we're gonna have a third place schedule this year, so.
You know what's crazy, Boog, is the same thing happened for us, right? When Hurts went out, everything changed, right? When Pickett came in, the playbook or the play style had to change. When Tanner played last week, completely different style of play calling. Right? So I think coaches will try and play to the strengths of their quarterback, but at the same time, you make a valid point about the running game and how that's changed. between the two because the running game should not change dramatically with the styles that your two quarterbacks have.
Yeah.
Whereas ours clearly does.
But they was going to a zone read scheme before. And then the offensive line coach was like, no, we can't do that anymore.
Well, we also got a better running game when we sat down Guyton.
No,
Completely revamped the offensive line the last 7-8 games. I
told you guys when you drafted him, he wasn't ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's hard though. It's hard to play right tackle in college and then come to the pros and play left tackle.
Oh, 1,000%. Even when they did that, I was like, why would you draft him and play left tackle?
Even Tyron Smith played 2 years at right tackle before they moved him to left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, this is gonna be tough.
Guyton had he started what, a year and a quarter at Oklahoma,
and he was right tackle because
he was a right tackle, and he was good. Yeah. He was good, but he had only been a starter for a little over a year. Then you bring him to the NFL as a starting left tackle, protecting your quarterback's blind side. Like there's a reason why Philly was looking at him, and Lane Johnson was like, bring him in to be my successor because he needs time to develop and sit and learn. And when y'all drafted him, I was like, he's a good player, but he ain't gonna be a good player now. He's gonna take him a couple years to develop. Then you change him over to left tackle, which he had played like 5 snaps ever, and it was not a good idea. I think that
he needs to get stronger. He needs to get strong as well.
He's got to get stronger. He's got to get smarter about the position because left tackle is completely different than right tackle. So, yeah, I give him another year. It would be much better.
So I got a question from Ring. She said, "What coach? Yeah, she said, what coach is out there that can deal with Jerry's BS?"
That's a great question. That is a great question. The only coach that I know that could deal with him is Deion, but Deion doesn't want to coach in the NFL because he has a personality and the moxie to deal with Jerry. You have to have the personality and the moxie to deal with Jerry. Deion would be perfect. I don't know about some of the other coaches that, like Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson. I don't know if they can handle Jerry. Jerry's a handful.
Vrabel's going back. He's going to New England.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too.
He's going that too.
Sure. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's right there. So speaking of that, did they not do Mayo wrong?
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce too.
Yep.
I told y'all that. Me and Kenyatta, we went back and forth about this a couple weeks ago. I told y'all. I said they're not going to keep them. They set them up to fail. They only did it because it was a big thing that was going off about black coaches not getting head coaching jobs. So they said, okay, let's give them a head coach job, set them up to fail. Don't give them the players they need. Don't give them the help they need. When it don't go right, then we can fire them. But we can say that they had a chance we did give a black coach a chance. I'm sorry, that's what it is. That's just what it is in this league.
I don't know what happened in Vegas. Like
Antonio Pierce did not have a quarterback.
He didn't have a quarterback.
No, I know he didn't have a quarterback.
He had the support of the team, but he didn't have a quarterback. In the NFL, you need a quarterback to be successful.
Right.
You need a really good quarterback
of the team, but he didn't have the things that he needed to make him be a successful head coach.
He had a support of the team, but he didn't have a team.
But he didn't have a team.
I don't remember.
And then Tom Brady is part owner of Raiders now.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
He's going to be involved in that too. I read that.
So, of course, he was going to be involved in that decision.
What do you guys? Because I don't remember what happened that they didn't address the quarterback position in the offseason because they was it?
No, they got they picked up.
What was it? Injuries.
San Francisco.
Garoppolo.
They picked up Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, that
picked
was
him
the year
up.
before though. That was the year
Yeah,
before, and
but
then they
they
got
had
rid
so
of him.
much. They had so much money tied into him
Yeah.
and Devontae Adams. With the money
Yeah.
they had tied in between the both of those, it made it impossible
Just too
for them
tight.
to bring in another better quarterback.
But I'm gonna tell you what
So
I read. I'm gonna tell you what I read though. Antonio Pierce wanted Mr. Daniels. They wanted him because he coached them at Arizona State right before he transferred to LSU. And he was begging the front office to move up so they can draft him, and they didn't draft him. So Antonio Pierce was begging them, said, listen, this kid can play, Heisman winner. Listen, he's one of my favorites. I've coached him at Arizona State, and they wouldn't move up to draft him.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the issues that basically, he had. They didn't have a quarterback. Minshew's a good backup, but he's not a good starting quarterback.
No.
Minshew can win you some games as a backup, but not starting. So
He's,
he wanted to
he's
move up
good
and pick
for,
Daniels.
He's good to go 2-1, and that's
he's
about
a
it.
serviceable backup. He's Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
He's serviceable.
Yeah,
He can win you a
exactly.
couple
He's
of
Cooper Rush.
games. That's not hard games. He can win you a few of those. But that's it. I mean, regardless of who they get in as head coach this year, they still gonna have an uphill battle to climb because you still got to get a quarterback. Even if you draft one in the draft and you draft one of the better ones in the draft,
Mhm.
you starting in that's coming bringing in a rookie, so you're still coming have a uphill battle. But I guarantee you they won't be fired in a year. Promise you that.
Don't forget all those three teams too in that division in the playoffs.
Right. And
So
they had a hard division. They have a
you
hard
know,
division.
very
As
hard
well.
division.
I see the Patriots. I see the Patriots interview Brian Leftwich today.
Yeah, they did that too. You know why though?
Yeah, that
That's just the rule. That's just the run.
That's
The
why I
run the
said they're gonna have
rule.
to amend that rule. They
And
have
they
to do
need
something
to
with that
do
rule.
something with that rule. Because it really doesn't make any sense for it.
So what do
It
y'all
ain't.
think about Rex Ryan saying that he's ready to go back to the Jets?
Go ahead.
He's a
They
clown.
said they interviewed. They called him for an
Go ahead.
interview, right?
Man,
Enjoy.
not only that, you heard what he said about Aaron Rodgers. This will not be a country club if I'm here. All
I
that
mean,
stuff is
Ryan,
not-
you don't.
I'm
You,
like,
they don't
Rex,
even.
Rodgers,
They don't even like
Rodgers
you.
retiring.
I'm like, Rex, what are you talking about,
Rodgers
bro?
ain't coming back.
I
Yeah.
think Rodgers gonna retire.
Rodgers done.
He got his 500. He hit a mark. He's good. He's got a Super Bowl. He's got MVPs. He can retire and just.
Yeah.
He's probably doing yoga right now for the next 2 weeks, and then he's gonna come back
He's sucking down
You know,
ayahuasca.
doing
Let's be
his
real.
USA and all that other stuff. He's
Doing a
probably
dark
chilling
retreat.
somewhere, man. He probably chilling. He don't care. But Rex Ryan, come on, Rex Ryan, come on. I didn't want him to be the Cowboys DC. I did not. I didn't want him to be the Cowboys DC. And the Jets are gonna basically, bring him in as head coach. I don't think that's gonna be good either. Even though Woody Johnson is worse as a GM than Jerry Jones. He is crazy. He got his son in there talking smack to the players. What? Your son's a teenager. Why is he in the locker room talking smack to the players?
Wow.
Why is the son giving these players opinions on how to play football? Come on, man. There ain't no way. It was in the papers here in New York, New Jersey. It was in the papers.
Oh man.
I was like, are you serious? I'm like, what? Really? Nah, Woody Johnson crazy.
So I wanted to circle back to one thing. You were talking about what coaches can handle Jerry. I hate to even put it out there, but
I already know.
who?
You gonna say Kellen Moore?
Nope, not at all. A dude who was kind of shunned from the league and wants to come back in, Gruden.
Yeah, I did see that. Gruden wanted to come back, but he's
I don't
suing
even
the
like him.
he's suing the NFL, so that's gonna be a hard walk of cake for him.
Yeah.
Because they approved his lawsuit, so that's gonna be a hard walk for him.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Brian Flores than him.
No, I'm saying, but from a pure personality standpoint, right? Like he's the kind of personality that could tell Jerry, "Hey, man, get out of my damn office," and he would do it quick too.
So can Dion, but I know Dion doesn't want to come.
Yeah,
to
I don't see Dion doing that to Jerry though. There's too much love.
I can see. Yeah, I can see that too. But he's in a perfect situation down
Yeah,
there
he
in,
is. He's in
in
Colorado chilling.
Baltimore.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a perfect situation. So, what's up, Jeep? How you doing, bro?
What's up, Mr. Adams? Happy New Year, bro.
I just feel that whoever coaches the Cowboys, um, if they don't have that, I don't give a f attitude, they're not going to be successful.
How old is Barry Switzer? Maybe he can come back. Who knows? I'm saying he's the only way he can deal with him. We can do it, baby. Come on,
So,
this is a special
so
breed, though.
Barry didn't prove to us that he could win with his own players.
Yeah, you're right. But he handled Jerry though. He can handle Jerry because they were good tight friends. I mean, it's gonna be crazy.
So interview requests for the Jags are Kellen Moore, Todd Monken, Joe Brady, Leanne, Leanne Cohen, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Patrick Graham, and Robert Saleh. Most of these teams are in playoffs for the few. I wish they'd go back to the rule that if a team is in the playoffs, you don't contact that team member, coach until they are no longer in the playoffs.
I agree.
I just think it's just such a distraction to them for us preparing for games. And I think that's what happened with us with Dan Quinn. You know, all of the teams were reaching out to him to interview for a head coaching job. And I just think he got so bombarded with the head coaching jobs positions that he dropped the ball on being totally prepared for the defense.
Hmm.
So I
Well,
just think they should go back to that rule.
on the flip side of that, though, all your good coaches, all the good teams, or the good coaching opportunities will be gone by the time those assistants. If you have a good assistant, and they make it to the Super Bowl. You know, it's teams are not going to wait that long to hire the coach. They're going to get the best available guy at that time. So, unfortunately, do I think that it's the right move for the current team? No, I don't. But is it a good opportunity for the coach, for the assistant to get a head coaching job if that's his
Bizarre.
if that's his desire? Yes. So it's kind of a lose situation, um, because I think you're right. Some of these assistant coaches that get head job coaches. Look at Atlanta. Look at Atlanta. You got the Patriots up 28-3. In the middle of the third quarter, and you decided you want to run the ball. I mean, you want to throw the ball. So it's like there's no accountability for them because hell, they got a head coaching job. Once they leave, so I can, I don't want to use the word act like I want to act, or I can try some unconventional stuff in the playoffs or the Super Bowl because at the end of the day, I got another job. So I don't know. I think it's a lose-lose situation. So you got Miss Miller has a question for you, Nikki.
Yes.
So we're waiting on your question, Miss Miller. Um, I don't know. I just think that this was an interesting year for coaches.
I think we're gonna need a new OC.
Yeah, Kellen Moore's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, I
He might
think
come
he's
back to
gonna go,
Dallas.
but I see him. No, he's not coming back to Dallas.
You don't think so? You don't think Jerry will pull that and say,
No,
"Well, I didn't want to get rid of him in the first place.
no,
It was Mike McCarthy who wanted to get rid of him."
he's not coming back to Dallas. I told you that already. That relationship with Kellen Moore and Jerry's broken. I told you that already. He's not
And
coming
listen,
back to
sometimes
Dallas.
you can spin the block and come back home. Sometimes,
Nobody never wanted him. So where is he spinning the block to come back here?
you know what I'm saying? Because Kellen Moore's a bright mind, though. He's a bright mind. He's just the fact that he was
Who,
pass happy when he was here.
who the hell is
Now
Live
that he's,
Wire?
but now he's basically
That's a question for you.
when you're done with
So,
live wire.
so
Girl,
think about
text
this.
me because I don't know what no darn Live Wire is right now.
So think about this though, K Boogie. Um, so Kellen Moore is doing all this running in Philadelphia, and it's actually at one point in Jeff. I know you can know this. It was frustrating your number one receiver
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't getting the ball. When we had that run game and we had a solid line, why in the hell didn't we run? Why was
Maybe it was
we
Mike
running jet
McCarthy.
sweeps? Why was we trying to throw the ball on net? You know, now McCarthy wants to run it on 3rd and 2 and 3, spread them out and run it on 3rd and 2 or 3. But why wasn't we trying to do? You know, we was very predictable.
Yeah.
Play action pass on 1st down, run the ball on 2nd down, and be on 3rd and long on 3rd down. Tell me that was not our sequences of downs for most of every game until we got to about the middle of the 3rd quarter when we decided to either run a hurry up offense or we were so damn far behind that we had to throw the ball.
Maybe the communication is better between head coach and OC in Philadelphia. Maybe the synergy is a little bit better. Maybe that happens a lot of times. You'd be surprised the communication or the lack of communication can either make you successful or make you less successful. Maybe there's better synergy with the Eagles. I don't know. Only Mike McCarthy knows that question, the answer to that question. Only Mike McCarthy knows. Because now you have Kellen Moore running the ball effectively and efficiently. You got A.J. Brown like upset that he's not getting the ball. You know what I'm saying? But when we had a good running game, he didn't utilize the running game a lot. So it's like, so whose fault was it? Was it Kellen Moore's or Mike McCarthy? Was Mike McCarthy actually, putting little fillers out there? Maybe Kellen Moore's not the right OC for the job. And maybe he was the right OC, but maybe Mike didn't like his play calling. Who knows? We don't know. I don't know. All I know is Kellen Moore right now is basically the OC of the Philadelphia Eagles, who are in the playoffs, who are 2nd seed, with one of the best running backs in the league. And they're running efficiently.
I just don't think that we had a talent, especially this past year. We let Pollard go. He went to, I don't even want. You know what? I don't even want to talk about this shit.
Go ahead, man. Get it out now. Listen,
That was a money
therapy.
issue, man.
This is group therapy. We all
The unfortunate thing for you guys was money problems.
I don't think it was a money problem. Jerry Jones
y'all
just
had
didn't want
money
to spend the money.
You had no money to spend.
We had $24 million
All he
in
had to
cap
do was
space.
extend Dak Prescott and CD at the
Yeah.
same time, and we'd have had that money then. He waited.
We didn't get
too
any.
long.
Yeah, we didn't get anything from Pollard, Cortez. He left as a free agent.
We just get a comp pick. We have comp picks.
Yeah, we got a
That's all
comp
we
pick.
get. That's all we get is comp picks. We got four comp picks this year.
Because we let four starters go.
Yeah, good ones
He'll
too.
probably get you a 3rd, huh?
No, we have 3 5ths and 1 6th.
They gave a 5 for him?
We got 5, yes, sir.
Dang.
We got 5.
It's harsh, bro.
I know. Trust me. We got 10 picks in this draft. 10.
Damn. But no, what I was saying, Sean, about the money issues, right? Is like when you guys went into free agency, you had less than $5 million in free cap space. Like maybe it wasn't less than 5. It was less than 10 for sure. But there were reports like Joe Mixon was too expensive at $4 million a year. Like, you guys could not spend money in free agency because, like Boogie said, y'all waited too long to readjust contracts and extend folks and create money.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to bleed into next year too until you restructure some of those.
Oh, they're gonna restructure Dak. They're gonna restructure CD. They're gonna restructure Diggs.
They have to Diggs. Oh my God.
Is Diggs going to be able to play again?
Yeah. So we're probably going to end up losing D-Law. Martin's probably going to retire. We got 25 free agents
30
this year.
We got a lot. Unrestricted free
Just
agents.
about
I think it's 27. I thought it was 27.
Yeah, 30. Okay, 30. Yeah, almost 30. Yeah, we're going to have plenty of cap space because we ain't have to pay no damn body.
So right now, as it stands right now, you're projected to have 19 million right now.
Yeah, but I saw if they restructured all those contracts.
Oh yeah. You have the opportunity
and sign Parsons.
Yeah,
we could get up to 90 million.
Yeah, it's close to
90
million. Yeah. But here's the problem with the contract that you're going to have to do for Parsons, right? The contract is going to have to be structured properly. That's where Jerry has failed a lot lately in structuring contracts. That's why you got 60 million that was owed to Dak. You cut 5 million off of it, only to sign him for another 60 million, but you're still paying him. So you owe the guy 82 or 89 million dollars as it stands right now next season. 30% of your cap.
It's gonna get restructured.
And that's crazy too, that you can sign a contract and then within 9 months restructure it to create cap space.
Well,
that's some worm work on the contract legalese there.
But don't forget, you guys have a lot of deferred money that's going to start actually matriculating.
Oh yeah, we do.
Too.
I mean,
don't forget that, bro.
No, not at all. Look, I know the void years is Howie's thing, but at the same time too, like we've got 98% of our offense signed through the next 3 years, except for Goddard. I think he's the only one who's not currently signed beyond this season. So,
but you guys on defense, you got a lot of rookies playing. I mean,
we got rookies playing
first year. So
we
that's something that we have to decide on what we're going to do. When we had Dak and Zeke in their first few years of their contracts, I mean, we could have, we should have taken advantage of that window. And then when Zeke pulled his bullshit on holding out to try to get more money, I understand why he did it. But that was one of the most selfish moves that I've seen from a team, from a player on a very good team at that time.
Yep.
I don't think that we have the capologists that some of these other teams have, because I'm looking at teams like the Rams. I'm looking at teams like Detroit now. Well, Detroit is a little different. Players want to go there, so they're willing to take less money. But what the Rams did, what Philly does, what Kansas City does, those teams are starting to build cultures where players are willing to come in and take a little bit less to win. And even Washington, they got a lot of money.
They had a lot of money. They had a lot of money because they didn't have.
I think I read for them. I saved it right. I think they're projected to have like
77 million, right?
They have it right now, but they'll have over 100. Yeah.
But I'm curious about all those dudes that came in that Dan Quinn brought in, right? Like, how many of those dudes, how many of those free agents came in on 1 year deals and are going to have to be re-signed?
He essentially got his players from Dallas, Atlanta, and Seattle. That's all he really did. He just
you got a couple of them too.
Yeah, so but it's the culture. He
Yeah.
has built a culture to where players will come play for them for less amount of money.
Yeah.
We don't have that culture in Dallas.
This
When people see the star, and I'm talking about, you know, I'm not talking about free agents that are on their last leg. I'm talking about, you know, free agents who are free agents when they come to Dallas to springboard their careers to go to the next team.
mm,
Have you noticed that? Okay, I know Nikki remembers that. What was the guy that played with us for 1 year and then signed that big contract with Chicago?
Robert Quinn.
Yeah, Robert Quinn. Um,
Robert Quinn was a rental though. That's the thing. He only had a 1 year deal with us. He was a rental, but Jerry didn't want to sign him to no money though. That was another thing. That's a
But
the
they
culture
do,
thing comes
but
from
they
but
Jerry though.
use Dallas.
they
But they
still
still
come to
use
Dallas.
Dallas leverage.
Yeah, they use the
Yeah, but
leverage because you got to be on TV every week.
Jerry has to create a culture that everybody wants to stay here and play. You know what I'm saying? Some of this is actually his doing though. The culture thing is Jerry's doing. He's on TV all the time. He's giving interviews all the time. Dude, it's like a circus. Like you, the headmaster of a circus.
But a lot of the players do want to. A lot of the players do want to stay here and play. You hear it. You hear from Jordan Lewis. You hear from some of the other players. Them wanting to stay here and play is not the issue. It's the fact that um, Jerry not wanting to give them what they feel is a better more money for their value.
See, but that's the
That's
thing.
that's
We
that's
can't
what
sign everybody though.
the biggest issue is. But it's not that they don't want to stay. Um, and a lot of times the ones that go to the media that's disgruntled are the ones that wanted to stay and couldn't stay. Randy Gregory, not even in the league anymore. Um, Cole Beasley, not in the league anymore. Um, a couple of more. A lot of them, they're disgruntled. They leave, they don't want to leave, but they leave and they gonna say fly stuff, dumb stuff, whatever. I mean, even even Dalton Schultz. You took the same, you did all that when they offered you a contract. You did all that just to go to the Texans and take the same exact contract that Dallas offered you. And I don't really care about you leaving, because you was sucked at blocking. But I don't care about. I didn't like the fact that the word. I didn't like the word that he used that animals look like the zoo. Animals tapping on windows and things like that. I just didn't like that terminology that he used. Um, or whatever. But a lot of times they're disgruntled when they leave. They mad. They mad for a particular reason. But it's a lot of players they don't want to leave. So don't ever think that.
I think the culture thing is really
But you
important
can't help
because
it.
there's a lot of other players that when they do leave and sign with other clubs, they said it's when I sign here, it's all about football now. It seems like when they play for the Cowboys, it's like a circus atmosphere. You have players working out, you have fans coming by the stadium, knocking on actually the plexiglass while they're trying to get some reps in and whatever else. I mean, yeah, it's up to you to tune it out, but some players feel like it's uncomfortable and it's not a football atmosphere for them to produce in. But
Okay, but but
more
but,
than
but
more than
let's be
five to seven
let's be
players say that
fair.
though.
Yeah, but let's be fair. Like Dr. Schultz, that was the first time I heard that story. Out of all the players that left, I never heard a player say that
mhm.
they were coming through knocking on windows and glasses and all of that. I never heard a player say that. That was the first time I heard that. Um, heard it being described that way, and it was by Dalton Schultz. And um, I have been personally, I have been to the store during the time of practice. And the way the security team is set up and the way they direct you through the store for the practice, you don't even see the players, to be honest. Um, they tell you before starting, players are at practice. So they're either gonna do one or two things. They're gonna tell you that we're gonna go this route because the players are practicing, or we're gonna go this route because they're ending practice. So they don't want you to run into them, on a pass by, and then you trying to holler at the player, trying to talk to the player, or whatever. So honestly, I take very little stock into what Dawson Schultz said, only because I have been to the store and been there while they are doing practices, and the security team is very, very strict, and they're very, very, it's rules that they can't go this direction or that way because the players are at practice. So to me, that was just an over the top explanation. That was just someone pissed off and mad, because he wanted more money to stay in Dallas, and he didn't. He left, but he went to, and Jerry told him, go check and see what you're worth, and then come back to me. You found out when you got to the Texans you were worth the same amount of money that they were giving you. And that's not even trying to defend them, Jerry, defend them or anything. There's that was just an over the top explanation, and I know that for myself.
But didn't Kurtz say that though before Dalton Schultz said it? I think Kurtz was the one that said the zoo atmosphere though.
No,
Kurtz
that
was
was Schultz. I never heard Kurt say anything
yeah,
to that
because it
effect.
was in the New York Post. It was in the New York Post that Kurtz
I
said
don't
that
know.
about
I
being
have
in
to
the
look it
zoo.
up, but that zoo thing came from Schultz.
My only
And then
thing is this,
I
though.
never heard Kurtz really say anything.
yeah,
Here's my
it
thing.
was in the Post.
Here's my thing. I can pay $27 a month to go to Planet Fitness on a black card with everybody else working out. I'm just saying if this was true, with all these people working out around me, I'm getting paid hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to work out in a weight room. Do you think I'm gonna care that somebody's gonna walk by while I'm working out, and I know that my game check is gonna be, close to, $50,000 or $100,000 or $200,000 coming up every 2 weeks? I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, hey, Teddy Bruschi said the same thing. He said the same thing. I heard him say it. But every player is different though. Every player is different. We have to take what they say face value, whatever, because every player is different. Some players are comfortable with the limelight, other players are not. Other players don't care if they are working out, people looking. Some people want to show off. Other players don't want the limelight. So I mean, it depends. But it's up to Jerry to actually build his culture the way it should be, and that's one of the problems there. So these players can come in here and want to play for the Cowboys and want to stay here, like some of the other teams.
Uh,
And then
She
I
said
mean,
you.
then you just have to keep it 100. If you're a fan of a team and you're going do a tour and you're doing a tour during a time, isn't that what their fans' main goal is? Is to see the players? Isn't that why they pick a certain time to go to a tour? Is to see the players? Now I'm not saying no, it's not right. And if some fans were doing that and that was happening, no, it's not right. But I'm saying the times that I have been and when I've never experienced that. They had strict rules. And then again, you get different tour people, so you don't know what tour people was on tour with that particular set of people at that time. But just to say that it's our tour people and it's happening with everyone, no, I don't believe that's the case.
my so I'm a let me rephrase this then. If you become a general manager of a restaurant, what do you get paid to do?
You get paid to actually run the restaurant, make sure your customers are happy, make sure that everybody comes to work on time, make sure all the customers are greeted, and everybody is working in a professional environment.
And
And you have to show hospitality to your customers.
and
Oh, yo, we gonna do this corporate thing, and we have
if
to
somebody's not happy, you got to accept that. You got to accept it. That you got to accept the unhappy customers too.
or you
You got to
apologize
accept,
to the customer and say,
and you
listen,
got.
we'll give you a discount or some food, or here's a free voucher. So the next time you come, you and your family can eat for free.
Or what about the people who are bullshitters that just wants a free meal? You got to deal with them too, right?
Yeah, you deal with that everywhere. Yeah, you deal with that
Because it's
everywhere.
part of the job.
So what you trying to say, man? It's the culture,
So,
though. We have to improve the culture. Because let me ask you a
I
question.
agree about the culture, but I have to agree with Nikki. And even if Kurtz did say that it's like a zoo in there because the fans are coming through there, when you signed up to be a Dallas Cowboy, it's just like us fans. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan and you're walking up the street of New York with a Dallas Cowboy hat on or a Dallas Cowboy jersey, what are you expecting to happen to you, K Boogie?
It's either gonna be love or it's gonna be some other issues because we're in New York, New Jersey. So it depends. It's gonna be 50-50 because there are a lot of Cowboy fans here in New York and New Jersey. So it's gonna be 50-50. All I'm saying is that it's the Cowboys are the only ones that have these tours like this. I can't go to Yankee Stadium and watch the Yankees practice. I can't go to the Knicks. I can't go to MSG and watch the Knicks practice.
So you're trying to sugarcoat it. Yeah. You're an Eagles fan. You got an Eagles jersey on. You walking through the streets of Dallas. What's gonna happen to you?
I mean, people are gonna talk shit. I guarantee it.
Because it's part of what it is of being an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah, everybody talks shit to us.
So I'm saying that is that I'm
Not
saying
always,
is
though.
I'm saying that as the players, if Kurtz and Schultz are complaining about the fans coming through there while they're working on this and another, they knew that was going to happen the day they signed their contract.
Didn't Awuzie say the same thing though too when he left the Cowboys to go play with the Bengals?
He said it was
Super Bowl.
He said it was a country club. That their practices was like being in a country club. That they actually had real practices in Cincinnati.
Because of the atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. They just got to change the atmosphere. Change the atmosphere, change the culture.
Yeah.
It's like a circus, though. It's like a circus, though. Let's keep it 100, though. It is like a circus. It is like a circus, though. We gotta get back to basically creating a culture that is fan friendly and is team friendly. I don't think it's either one right now. To be honest with you, I don't. That's just me.
And Rim, I 100% Rim, I 100% agree with you. Some can't focus and some can't. But damn it, if I know I'm getting a $75,000, I don't care if I'm on the practice squad and I'm getting a $25,000 check every other Friday. I don't care who's walking past that window and tapping on that window. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna do the ropes, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I gotta do because I ain't signing no autographs. They're not coming in my face to talk to me or none of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do I'm gonna put my headphones on and turn my music on, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. That's just it. If you're not mentally strong to deal with somebody tapping on the window while you're working out, then you don't need to be on the football field because it's going to be worse shit said and done on a football field than somebody tapping on the glass while you're working out. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it.
I hear you. But hey, the practice field and all that stuff is like your sanctuary. So you want to do what you want to do then. You understand about playing in front of 100,000 people. You expect that. But when you're in the confines of practice or you working out or even eating lunch, you just want to have some time to yourself.
Then
That's
that's
all.
that. Then you blame that on Jerry for creating that culture.
Exactly.
Jerry's the one who built the Star and got all these hotels and have you been to the Star?
Nah, not yet.
Nikki,
Not yet. I heard a lot
can
about
you
it. I
explain
heard
to
a lot
him what the
about it
Star
though.
is about?
I heard a lot about it.
I done been to the Star Cups. Nick, can you explain to him what the Star is about?
What the story's about?
Yeah.
Food, eating, restaurants, tours,
Lavish hotels.
lavish hotels, everything on that block. You can it's a whole field out there to where you can take pictures on the store, like not actually being in the stadium. A pro shop. It's a lot going on. It's a busy area.
So when people come to the Star, it is a tourist attraction, not just the facilities that the Cowboys are working in, not just the facilities that high school plays some of their playoff games in, not just the facility of where the headquarters is at, but you can actually get you a hotel. There's a couple of hotels out there and restaurants, and I mean you could actually order your food and sit at a hotel there and look at the practice field. So that's part of what it is of being a Cowboy.
Yeah, I get it. But like we said before, some players can adapt to it and other players cannot. That's just it. Hey, it's a culture thing. That's all I'm saying. Because the old stadium, you couldn't do that. The old stadium, you couldn't do that. That's all I'm saying. Like Jerry wanted to basically build this really big entertainment center for everybody. I get it, but the culture needs to change a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
Yeah, it's all good.
I 100% get it, Kevin and K Woogie.
It's just different.
But also playing in Dallas, you ain't got no state. You ain't got that state tax money, state taxes. So I mean, there's some pros and cons for being that.
Yeah, that's why
for
Parsons is trying to recruit Tyreek Hill. That's exactly why.
So let's talk about So let's talk about that real quick, and then we probably have to get out of here after that. Let me put this up here. I agree, hosting is too distracting. I would lose focus practicing b-ball and the half-naked men indoors track team.
Yo, we got a live one. She got to come back every week now. She live. She live. Sister girl is live.
We ain't got nothing to do with that. We I really, Michael Parsons trying to get Tyreek Hill to the Cowboys. To me, that's just secondary from that's secondary news. Let's talk about what he said in his interview. That he's out because he's just frustrated with the Dolphins and he's gonna do what he has to do. So obviously the Dolphins are going to oblige him. So how do you feel?
Conversation with the GM, though.
How do you feel about players that say that, though?
I just think he was just emotional. Sometimes we get emotional. Sometimes these players of today, they need to learn how to control their emotions when things are not going their way. That's the thing. Some of these players need to control their emotions.
It's a different era.
Have some emotional intelligence, right? As soon as you get upset, somebody put a mic in your face and you just start blabbing out, just talking. Learn how to control your emotions sometimes and not just come out just because you're emotional. Football is a very emotional game. And you're frustrated because you guys are not winning. I get it. But some of that you just need to hold in sometimes.
And he wasn't the only one that basically said he wanted out.
Yeah, I mean, players say that all the time.
Did you see the story from Jalen Ramsey?
Jalen Ramsey won out of everywhere he go though.
I mean, right, but I'm just saying, like, he put up this long diatribe about knowing your worth and needing to make sure that you're in the right situation so your skills and talents can, be on full display. Like what he said when he went to Miami.
Everybody's frustrated they losing. You don't make the playoffs. You don't get your bonus money. You know what I'm saying? You're not on TV anymore, and you get frustrated, and everything just comes out. That's what I mean about emotional intelligence. Sometimes you just got to take a breath before you react. And I had to learn how to do that because I'm hot-headed. I had to learn how to do it. You have to have intelligence sometimes. You just got to be able to breathe and ooh-sa. But, I like Tyreek Hill, though. I really do. I like Tyreek Hill, and I understand he's frustrated right now. He's frustrated because of what happened to him with the police. Don't forget about that in Miami. Get pulled over and, having the police, talk a lot of trash and being national news. So I get it. He's really frustrated. That could have been a culmination of everything, and it all just came out. That's it. Yo, where's Kelly tonight? Her and Kelly were the perfect match. Where's Kelly tonight? Yo, where's Kelly? Oh, my God. Yo, we got some spicy talk going on here tonight, baby.
They said we play the Chiefs at home in 2025. That'd be good for us with Tyreek jumped off. So, I respect all Cowboys fans' opinions. I really do. But we cannot get every free agent that's out there. Everybody that says that they want to come to Dallas, or every free agent that is halfway good, everybody wants them. They're tired with coming to Dallas. I don't have zero confidence about us signing anybody until the day I see it. Until the day that Scheffner says that so and so signed with the Cowboys.
Yeah, you know what that is, though. They just want what's best for the team. That's all. They just want what all the other teams have, an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. So that's why they always clamoring for new talent. Kevin, why you even say anything about that? Look, come on, man. No Diddy, man. No Diddy. We're not doing that tonight, bro. We're not doing that tonight, bro.
I'm done with y'all for the night.
Man, it's all in fun, man. This is a therapy session, brother. It's all good.
With that being said, it is over, man.
Oh, come on. It's 2 minutes to 10.
It's old man time. By the time we say our goodbyes and our love yous and all this good stuff, it's gonna be 10 o'clock. Hill is toxic and need ADHD medication and a
BSA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last part for sure.
Hey, man.
11 damn kids. Whew.
Yo, listen, some of these athletes need to use proper discretion. And I'll say that.
That's a way to put it. That's a way to put it.
I'll leave it at that.
So with that being said, I mean what I say, but I don't want to mean what I say, Jeff. Good luck to you and your team for the rest of the playoffs.
Appreciate it. I know it's painful to say. I get it.
It's very painful to say.
Cool.
I'm gonna put this last comment up here, and then I'm gonna let us give our goodbyes.
Oh my God, Lord!
Oh, sister girl. Sister girl. Kelly got to come with her and Kelly, boy. It's gonna be on and popping.
With that being said,
that should be enough to go out in the show.
Yeah. Nikki, take us out.
No. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna have to go on, Kenyatta. You in the show?
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Texas game, and none of the college games. Damn. Well, anyway, thank everybody for coming to the show. We appreciate everybody's transparency. You know, hey, we may not always agree, but we agree to disagree. We love everybody. Thanks for showing love for the whole year. It was a little disappointing for us, but hey, we're still here to show love. And this is a therapy session for everyone, even me. Usa. Usa. Look at this, darling Nikki. What is going on? You don't seem like yourself, baby girl. That's what he wanted to say.
I am
Look at y'all.
fine. I'm fine. Just got a
Mm,
hoarse voice, but I'm fine.
mm.
Doing too much hollering Sunday.
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Yo, and we didn't even talk about Trey Lance either. We didn't talk about Trey tonight. We can't go home.
What,
We
what you
can't go
want?
What
home.
was there to
What
talk
you
about?
want to talk about? Like he don't know how to read defense.
Trey, they should have
Like
trade.
he
They
held
should
the
have
ball.
played Trey.
He held the
Like
ball
when
too
Dak got
long.
hurt, they should have played Trey.
I mean, what is there to talk
Bismillah.
about? And y'all
Welcome,
should
baby.
know Jerry full of crap talking about he didn't know Cooper Rush had incentives. Jerry, stop lying. Y'all didn't play that Cooper Rush on purpose because y'all didn't want to pay him that $500,000.
Well, $500,000 was a kick in the bucket for Jerry. He still should give it to him though.
He didn't want
Anyway.
to pay him. He didn't want to pay it to him. So he didn't play him. Uncle Jerry need to quit lying. Like you right there with every contract. So why are you sitting up here lying, talking about you didn't know he had that type of incentive in his contract? Come on now, Jerry. Like you just be lying for no reason. And the playoff games were good, but pretty much Ohio State was a blowout. Texas game was probably the best college game for me that weekend. I'm going into OT, and I think they bowed, but you got to give Arizona props for they fought back. They didn't stop. They didn't stop until it was over. You know, they played until it was over. So, um, what's his name? The running back. Singly handedly brought them
Scatterboo.
back. Scatterboo. He brought them back in the game by himself. He did that by himself. So, and only for their quarterback to throw an interception. But
Don't forget about Notre
that was
Dame.
that was a
Foxy
great
looking
game.
like you better say something about
That was
Notre Dame.
Notre
You see
Dame.
him? You see him?
It
Better say
wasn't.
something about
I
Notre
mean,
Dame.
I wasn't even worried about that game because I knew that Georgia didn't have their starting quarterback, and I knew that Georgia.
But that quarterback didn't lose the game though.
They just wasn't going to be the same. Notre Dame has a great defense. They have great running backs. Um, their coach was a great coach. So I mean, pretty much everything we expected out of them we seen. Penn State was a blowout. With Boise State, it started off like it was gonna be a good game, but I was kind of sad that Jency didn't get the Barry Sanders record. Um, but other than that, what else? Go
Then
home
This Thursday, Ohio State plays Texas. Jerry Jones and Micah
Friday.
Parsons gonna be together.
It's Friday.
Is that Friday or Thursday?
It's
Well, they're gonna be
Friday.
together in the box, right? So
Right.
just when you're watching TV, you're gonna see them talking a lot, and I wonder what they're gonna be talking about.
Mike already said he's gonna be asking him questions about the team. What's
He
gonna
should
make
be
the
doing
team?
that
What's
earlier
gonna
though. He
make
should
the
be doing
team?
that now.
What do he plan to do to make the team better? How can we get over the hump? What's the next step? What's his next steps? What he want to do? Why? Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure we'll hear more questions. We'll hear about that. But yeah, the game is Friday
That's
at
a
six
great game though.
at
There's a lot of
6:30.
NFL talent on
6:30.
that field. There's a
Yep.
lot of NFL talent on that field, so
Yeah,
that's a good game for everybody.
Ohio
And
got like
Texas,
4 wide receivers that's NFL ready. They got
yeah,
like
I'm
four
looking at
wide
the
receivers.
defense,
And one of them's
and
a
the wide
freshman,
receivers,
right?
the O line,
Right. Right.
the running backs for Ohio State. Texas has some good wide receivers out there too. They have the O line is good. So in the defensive tackle, so that's what I'm scouting. That's what I'm looking for. Now the Notre Dame Penn State game is going to be more defensive. That's going to be a slobber knocker. That's going to be a game. Whoever controls the ball, who doesn't turn the ball over, it's going to be one of those defensive games. I can't wait to see both. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yo, Bama's not in it, so hey, I'm going with the SEC. Even though I think Ohio State's going to take it all, I'm still going with the SEC.
I think they need to redo the playoffs.
Why?
Every single team that had a bye lost. because
I
of
mean,
how much
they
time
fix
everybody's
it.
got off, between the end of the season and when the playoffs start, I think they need to eliminate the buys. I get the
Or make it
incentive, right?
shorter. Or how about making
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
buy
say
shorter?
either eliminate the buy or move everything closer to the end of the season, right? And don't stretch it out too far because clearly it's detrimental to the play.
I think they need to make it shorter. The buys is too long. You
Hmm?
can't have a buy and not play for a month.
A month.
Can't do that.
That's ridiculous.
That's way too
Nobody's going to
long.
be ready to play after a month off, especially an 18 to 22-year-old. You know what I mean?
That's way too long. That's way too long. But I'm excited about the games this week. I'm
Yeah.
excited about the football games on NFL and
Everything.
college football.
It's a good weekend
it.
for ball. It's a good
Yes, it
weekend
is.
for ball.
49ers just fired their defensive coordinator.
Yes, they did. I think he quit or did they fire him?
They say they fired. They say they fired him.
Okay.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier. I was going to mention it, but we was rapping, so I didn't bother.
Damn. Oh my God. Nobody's safe in the NFL. Nobody's safe.
Not anymore.
Wow. I'd be damned.
All right. I got to pull off, ladies and gentlemen.
All
Man, not only is the old man time, but work is calling me.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. God bless. Stay safe.
See ya next week.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We all made it to the new year, so that's a blessing.
Yep.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Cheers.